recognize Greg Regan, President of the Transportation Trades Department, AFL-CIO. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Greg Regan, President of the Transportation Trades Department, AFL-CIO. We are a federation of 37 unions whose members work in every corner of America's transportation network. I want to thank Chairman DeFazio and Ranking Member Graves for inviting me to testify today. And it is truly an honor to be asked to testify at Chairman DeFazio's final full committee hearing, and it feels appropriate that I get to do it with my friend Sarah here as well. Mr. Chairman, you have a proud and historic legacy of fighting for sound transportation policies and investments that create good union jobs by pairing these investments with the strongest possible worker protections. To those of you who supported working Americans with your votes this Congress, I want to thank you for your leadership and your support. Your votes will be an incredible legacy in your careers in public service, and I'm proud to be here with you today celebrating these achievements that are changing lives and transforming our economy. I want to share with you some of your legacy's impact on the working people you represent back home in your districts. First, TTD has long advocated for a generational investment that would finally bring our transportation infrastructure into the 21st century. The kind of investment that leaves a legacy for future generations, the way that our parents and grandparents did for us. The bipartisan infrastructure law, or bill, positions us to turn the page away from the lost generation that watched its infrastructure fall apart and fail the nation. At $1.2 trillion in total funding, including $550 billion in new spending for transportation, the bill helps correct years of chronic underinvestment in our systems and our infrastructure. Importantly, it does so while creating and sustaining hundreds of thousands of good union jobs. And I cannot overstate the importance of this last point. The increased wages, job stability, and benefits that unions bring to workers means that expanding union membership and creating new high-quality union jobs will deliver immediate results in lifting up working families in every single one of your districts. Union jobs are creating a more equitable economy and providing new opportunities to earn higher wages and better benefits. When paired with policies like local hire provisions, these new jobs are expanding pathways to trade careers that have been historically inaccessible for many communities, including women and people of color. Across industries and communities, we know that high union density not only benefits those union workers, but it also lifts the wages and benefits for others who are not in a union. It is truly the tide that lifts all boats. So this legislation will have far-reaching effects, helping rebuild an American middle class that has seemed out of reach for far too many. Beyond historic levels of funding, we have championed an aggressive policy agenda to ensure the infrastructure law is improving workplace conditions in all modes of transportation. Just to name a few, the bill better protects public transit and passenger rail workers from the scourge of assaults they faced at work. It eliminates the ban on local hire preferences, ensuring that these investments create good union jobs in the communities in which they are being built. It strengthens Amtrak, improves quality of service for riders, and it also, on the freight side, helps shed light on some of the most dangerous practices in the freight rail industry today. And finally, it ensures that our public infrastructure investments put more Americans to work through inclusion of the Build America, Buy America Act. What's more, thanks to the leadership of President Biden and his administration, the bill is being implemented with a pro-union focus that is unprecedented in American history. Under the leadership of Transportation Secretary Buttigieg, we have seen historically strong premiums placed on projects that have support from unions, that enforce high labor standards, including the free and fair choice to join a union, that demonstrate they will advance equity and inclusion, and solicit participation from workers that live in the communities where these projects are being built. This is a prime example of how good transportation policy can alter the lives of millions of Americans. Already, we have seen project sponsors touting their project labor agreements, local hire agreements, apprenticeships, and other workforce development programs. I would like to submit for the record this DOT fact sheet from the most recent Infra Grant Awards, which highlights the many grants with strong labor components. I want to end on this thought. I know that the bill is not perfect, and certainly at times the process left much to be desired. And it did not have the same funding levels or lofty policy achievements that Chairman DeFazio envisioned in the Invest in America Act. And while the bill is a significant step forward for the nation and the workers we represent, it still left a number of our critical priorities on the cutting room floor. I assure you that our advocacy for those policies will not stop. But it should be noted that just about every single one of the worker-centered policies that we fought to keep in the final law originated right here in this committee. They were the results of the hard work that you put into the INVEST Act and the contributions that you made to it through pro-worker amendments, many of which were bipartisan, by the way. You and your staff should know that you have changed people's lives. You have made the largest investment in public transportation and passenger rail in our nation's history. You have made our airports and ports and our supply chain more competitive. And you did it while putting workers first. This achievement, in addition to the American Recovery Act and the recently passed Inflation Reduction Act, ensures that this Congress will have a lasting effect for millions of workers in this country. You should all be proud of these accomplishments. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.